Long ago, in the time when gods ruled the world and humans were still young, there was a titan named Prometheus. His name meant forethought, for he could see the future and think ahead. He was wise, kind, and cared deeply for humanity, even though the other gods did not. This is the story of Prometheus, the bringer of fire, and how his punishment became a tale carved in marble for centuries to come. The world was dark and cold in those early days. Humans lived in caves, shivering in the shadows, eating raw meat, and fearing the wild beasts that roamed the land. Zeus, the king of the gods, had forbidden them from having fire. Fire was a gift only the gods could possess, a symbol of their power and strength. Without it, humans were weak, struggling to survive. Prometheus watched them suffer and felt pity in his heart. He knew that fire could change their fate. With fire, they could cook food, warm their homes, forge tools, and defend themselves. Fire would give them knowledge, power, and hope. So, against Zeus' command, Prometheus made a daring decision. He would steal fire from the gods and bring it down to earth. One night, while the gods slept, Prometheus crept into Mount Olympus, the home of the gods. He took a single spark from the divine fire of the sun, god Helios, and hid it inside a hollow fennel stalk. Then he carried it down the mountain and gave it to the humans. When they saw the flickering flame, their eyes filled with wonder. They learned to use it, and soon their lives changed forever. Zeus was furious when he discovered what Prometheus had done. The king of the gods saw this act as rebellion. If humans had fire, they might one day challenge the gods themselves. Zeus could not let this disobedience go unpunished. He ordered his servants, strength and force, to capture Prometheus and drag him to the highest peak of the Caucasus Mountains. There, the blacksmith god Hephaestus bound the Titan to the rocks with unbreakable chains. But Zeus was not finished. He wanted Prometheus to suffer for eternity. So, every day, a giant eagle with sharp talons would fly down from the sky, tear open Prometheus' belly, and feast on his liver. Because Prometheus was immortal, his liver grew back each night, only for the eagle to return the next day and begin the torment anew. For thousands of years, Prometheus endured this agony. But he never regretted his choice. He had given humans the gift of fire, and with it, the power to shape their own destiny. His suffering became a symbol of sacrifice, of one who endured pain so that others could live a better life. This myth was so powerful that artists throughout history have carved it into marble, capturing the moment of Prometheus's torment and defiance. One of the most famous sculptures is the Prometheus Bounder, where we see the Titan straining against his chains, his face twisted in pain yet still proud. The muscles of his body are tense, showing his struggle. The eagle looms over him, its claws digging into his flesh. The sculpture freezes this moment forever, reminding us of his sacrifice. Another famous work is Prometheus, bringing fire to mankind. Here, the Titan stands tall, holding the flaming torch high as he offers it to the humans below. His expression is one of determination and kindness, a sharp contrast to the wrath of Zeus. These marble sculptures tell the story without words, showing the pain, the defiance, and the hope that Prometheus represents. But why did artists choose marble to tell this tale? Marble is strong, yet it can be shaped into something delicate and full of emotion. Just as Prometheus endured suffering but remained unbroken, marble lasts for centuries, carrying the story forward. When we look at these statues, we see more than stone. We see courage. We see rebellion against injustice. We see the cost of giving light to the world. Prometheus' story does not end in chains. After many ages, the hero Heracles, known as Hercules in Roman myths, passed by the Caucasus Mountains during his labors. Seeing Prometheus in agony, he took pity on him. With his mighty strength, Heracles shot the eagle out of the sky and broke the Titan's chains, setting him free at last. Zeus, seeing that Prometheus had suffered enough, allowed his freedom, though the Titan would always bear the scars of his punishment. Even today, the myth of Prometheus lives on. Scientists name discoveries after him. Space missions, new elements, even the fire that once symbolized his gift. But it is in the marble sculptures that his story feels most alive. When we stand before these statues, we remember that knowledge often comes with a price, that progress is born from sacrifice, and that some pay the cost so others may thrive. Prometheus was more than a titan. He was a teacher, a rebel, and a martyr. His myth reminds us that fire was not just a tool. It was the spark of civilization, the light of wisdom, and the beginning of human greatness. And so in cold marble, his legend remains unbroken, just like his spirit. The stones whisper his name, telling all who listen of the one who stole fire from the gods and gave it to the world. This is why sculptors still carve his image, why museums guard these statues with care, and why we still tell his tale. Prometheus may have been bound to a rock, but his story will never be changed. It is carved in stone, so that even after thousands of years, we never forget the Titan who defied the heavens for the sake of humanity. And so the marble stands, silent and eternal, holding the myth of Prometheus for all who wish to see it. His pain, his gift, his courage, all frozen in time, waiting to inspire the next generation. For as long as the stones endure, so too will the memory of the one who brought us fire.